It is your Wednesday night sports delight, the platform sports talk show. There it is. The music is off. I am your boy Smooth, along with
Jobo. I
there
never
we
know
go,
what to say there.
Jobo. When it's about sports, it becomes our business, and
You always switch it up. I know the business just picked up, but now it's business
hey,
continues to pick
there you go.
up.
Yeah, see, I'm the only one who asked the continues. I gotta be extra with it sometimes, but yeah. Welcome
Yeah.
out everybody to another edition of the Platform Sports Talk Show. Good good evening, Miss Williams, as she says, hi Fred, hi Joe.
Hi, Miss Williams, our
So
loyal supporter.
there you go, faithful since day one. We love it. We need everyone right now, whether you're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, share this stream, like it, and then share it amongst your peoples because we have another incredible show for you tonight. Tonight is, as you see, I'm here, Joe's here. Just got word from Stanton that he's actually in the hospital. His knee buckled earlier. So he's currently in the hospital waiting on x-rays. So if we get everyone right now to send out heart emoji, for Stan right now, just flood the comments for him right now. Seems to be in good spirits because he was kind of joking earlier, talking about Derrick Rose. But if everyone right now, if you don't mind, just send out some heart emojis for Stanton. Wish him well. Hopefully he'll be back in 2 weeks, because of course in 3 weeks, because you just never know. So everyone, show them heart emojis for Stan right now, for a speedy recovery, and that everything is well. Then after Joe, we will have our WWE insider Sharita Washington joining us. Then of course we will have our special guest at the 8 o'clock hour. But once again, like, share, do all that fun stuff, let everybody know the Platform Sports Talk Show, your Wednesday night sports delight, is on and popping. Joe, what's going on your way? How you been?
I've been alright. It's a rough day today. Usually Mia sleeps in a little bit, but she woke up when I woke up, so it was rough, and she wanted to be held all day. So just trying to be a mom, work at home, hold the baby, change the baby, feed the baby. But it's good. We're here. We made it through the day.
There we
Tomorrow's
go.
Thursday.
Exactly. So, how old is Mia now?
7 months today. So
Wow.
she has her own little Biggio jersey, just like mine. So that was with the picture today. 7 months. So we're starting to talk about and make a little Pinterest board of a birthday party. It'll be here
Hey,
for you.
that's amazing. So, how I know probably when you first started going back to work, it was crazy. How is it now going working while having her?
Still a little crazy, like I said, and that now that she's moving around, playing with her toys, teething and stuff like that. So I know I've had, calls where people are like, "Oh my gosh, I love her," her little cooing and laughing and stuff in the background. So um, people are doing it all over the world right now, so I can't complain. I would much rather be doing it here at home than at the office.
Uh-oh, who let the dogs out? Woo, woo,
My
woo,
brother
woo.
just walked in. Hold on a second.
It's all good. So once again, I hope that y'all are enjoying your wonderful Wednesday. As Joe had to calm down them dogs, say, "Hey, I'm live right now on the Platform Sports Talk Show, streaming across the globe. I gotta calm it down right now, people."
Yeah, they're annoying.
Yeah. So once again, we do have a jam-packed show. For those on Facebook, if you want to see your comments shown on the screen, you have to comment under the Platform Sports Talk Show page. We can't see it. We can't interact if we don't see the comments under the Platform Sports Talk Show. That's just for people who is on Facebook watching this show. We want to make sure that we get all your opinions out, your questions. You want to debate anything that we discuss, something that's on your mind. Use this platform right now to go ahead and do so. So with that being said, Joe, let's go ahead and get right into it because we have a whole lot to get into. We didn't get to talk about this last week because of connection issues. And shouts out to Anthony Stalter from 101 ESPN. Great interview. Bunny had a field day when we found out that back in Detroit, he was doing some what you call it, Joe?
Or was it like repo?
Yeah, he was Mr. Repo Man in Detroit. So funny story. Definitely check out the archives and watch the show from last week and of course previous shows to see why it was just so funny. For what he was talking about last week, him being a repo man. But last week we had a few connection issues. We had the show stop for a good 30 minutes, then we came back on for part 2. So a few things that we couldn't really get across. So we'll go ahead and get it done now since Joe is our hockey and baseball insider. Let's start off with hockey real quick, Joe. Stanley Cup Finals, we have a winner back-to-back. Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Canadians.
For Pat Maroon.
Right, and for St. Louis is on Pat Maroon back-to-back. Who would have thought, of all people, three.
Not the best player in the world, but they're good, you know? Like,
yeah.
What was it, like, is it Larry Robinson for the Blues, one of the coaches? He's on there like 10 times.
Right.
You know, just, it happens sometimes. Nick Punto, I think, has got like 3 World Series rings, so that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it's amazing. So definitely shouts out to, as they call it now, Champa Bay. Not Tampa Bay, but Champa Bay. So in between the Lightning winning 2 in a row, the Buccaneers just winning. It's crazy, but much love to the Lightning for an incredible year and for once again for Pat Maroon. Sticking with everything hockey related, let's talk about this man here for those in St. Louis, Vladimir Teresenko. There's been a whole lot going on. We had previous discussions, Joe, about Teresenko, and I was saying that I can just kind of see it not working out because of what's been going on, the history recently over the last couple of years. Pretty much he wasn't happy with the role. He wasn't happy with the doctors. He wasn't happy not getting the C, which I totally agree that he, to me, didn't deserve to have the C. Because to me, he just wasn't dependable enough to earn that right to have the C on his chest. Let me know your thoughts on everything with Teresenko and how you feel he's going to be remembered as a Blue.
Now I don't think it's going to be a positive look of how he's going to be remembered. I just think, I don't know if it's him or his agent or whoever, but it just feels a little like salty now, you know, like he's upset that he hasn't been traded yet. Like he thinks he's Gretzky in his prime, and then as soon as he said he wanted to be traded, that everyone's going to be over him like flies on poop. Like, doesn't work out that way, especially with the expansion draft and the normal draft coming up. So, I don't know. The whole doctor situation, it sucks, but you've had other doctors come out and say that shoulder surgery is really tricky, you know, like it happens, you know, so it sucks that it happened for him, but, and again, I don't think he should have gotten the C either. I think O'Reilly was a good choice.
Right.
Maybe Steen, but he retired, I think he retired before O'Reilly got it. So, I mean, like, Steen would have been my next option, but then he retired. So, I mean, O'Reilly, he's like the definition of a captain in my eyes. So, he does everything right. He's a nice leader. It sounded like there might have been some locker room stuff going on because of that situation with Senko and the team. So, I just want to get him off the team. It's sad to say that because I remember his debut against the Red Wings, the home opener. You know, it was awesome. He was one of the top goal scorers in the league for a couple of years. But
right,
like, bye. It's good riddance to me now. Like, sorry you got your name on the Stanley Cup with us, and now you're miserable. Like, I don't know what else to tell him.
I mean, dude, he was the cover board for NHL, 2014 to 15, something like that. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just maybe he's just still too young and immature. Like he hasn't grown, I guess, with us. So
do you feel like his story is kind of similar to Carlos Martinez for the Cardinals? You know, so talented, and you know, like for Carlos Martinez, they call him Baby Pedro. You know, he's so talented, the whole nine. but it was mental. It was between the head, you know what I'm saying? Like when between the eyes, that he just couldn't bring it all together. And with Teresenko, it's like Ovechkin, Crosby, those kind of guys, Austin Matthews now, and Connor McDavid, those guys they do it all. They don't limit themselves to just doing one specific role. Seems like Tarasenko is all about I want to be on the right side and I just want to shoot the puck. I don't want to use my big body to create opportunity for myself or for my teammates. He just wasn't using all the skills that he could have used to better himself in the team. What were your thoughts on that?
No, I agree with that. I think me and Burnham have said something along the lines too of Tarasenko and Carlos. They kind of resemble each other in ways. Um, Tank, I don't know if it's. I do think Carlos is a little more, in the head, but Tank, I don't know. Like he has such a good early part of his career, and even up to the Stanley Cup, he was fine. And then afterwards, whatever. Like obviously he slowed down a little bit, but he just didn't look good these playoffs, last playoffs. And that's just how it goes sometimes. But I do like your comparison because I think me and Brennan have talked about that before too, between him and Carlos. And now they're both going to be gone out of St. Louis by next year, which I'm totally fine with.
A few comments here. Shouts out to David Watson on YouTube. He says, "What's up? We are one fans." So everyone tuned in for the first time, thank you very much. Like, share the stream, bring them comments on. Let's interact with you. And then Miss Williams says, "Congrats to Pat Maroon on the repeat." Most definitely. Yep. And seeing how, even though he explained what happened in regards to the cup being dented during the parade.
Hey, I know people say it happens all the time. We've heard stories. I mean, I think when the Capitals won, there was stories about, to say it lightly, someone got jiggy with the cup in the bedroom. So I mean, that cup has seen some things. Let me tell you, okay? Like
that cup been through some things.
Yeah, hockey players on a different level. Okay, like they're different. That's for sure. They're just a different breed.
Most definitely. So as we talking about Carlos Martinez, we'll stick with baseball. Cardinals. Well, actually, before we get to the Cardinals, let's go ahead and talk about what we couldn't discuss last week either, which was the All-Star Weekend. What were your thoughts overall with All-Star Weekend, from the home run derby and, of course, to the game?
I liked it. Always enjoyed the home run derby, and this year I think it was a little more exciting just because we didn't have any of this last year. So it was really exciting. The Shohei, it was all about him that week, so
right.
That was fun to watch. He might have been a little nervous, I don't know, because he obviously didn't do what people wanted him to do, but him and Soto put on a show right there.
Man, that's that damn pitching coach. He kept on throwing the ball low. Like, dude, this ain't a real game. Throw the ball up high over the belt so Shohei can yank it, But Shohei did find it, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he picked it up there, and like I said, him and Soto put on a show for us. But Soto, he's different, too, though.
He is. He a beast.
Whenever they did the swing off, he literally put one in left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Like, who does that, He's just showing off at that point. So that was fun. It was exciting to watch Trey Mancini. If not everyone knew his story, that was awesome that he got to share it. I was rooting for him to win. But the home run derby was really fun. Watched a little bit of the All-Star game and just had it on game day just because I had to watch my show, The Flash, came on. But and it was fun. AL always wins. It's been on that for like the last 12 years now. So, but that's always a little more dragged out, I feel like, than the actual home run derby. I think that's what people go for.
And
but it was still fun.
And right now, people are seeing on the screen the participants, the tournament style for the home run derby. It was, once again, it was a great matchup between Ohtani and Soto as they went to bonus round. And then even with the Pete Alonso and Salvador Perez, Alonso had like 30-something home runs.
Probably would have beat any other person.
Exactly. Salvador Perez, like, man, why me? Because he came right behind him and had a record of his own. But he faced off against Alonso. Joey Gallo had a disappointing performance. I think people thought he would do a lot better than what he did. But then going to the finals, a great story with, as you said before, Trey Mancini coming back from cancer, being out a whole year. and then Pete Alonso. That was the final matchup, and of course, for those who didn't watch it, Pete Alonso was the winner. That dude really, really loves the home run derby.
It's fun to watch too, man. Like he smoked the ball, and he was just sitting there,
bobbing his head. Yeah, he was all into it. You know, playing Biggie. I think they said he's played all New York music. So Biggie played some Nas and some Mobb Deep. And in between the swings, he just, okay, yeah, let's go. We in the club.
Some kid like shatters his ankle out in the outfield. He
Right.
stops swinging for like 2 minutes, and he's still just sitting there.
Right.
You know, and everyone's, oh my gosh, is that gonna ruin his groove? No, not at all.
But nah, I loved it.
I had a good time watching that, and then obviously the celebrity softball game. I get a kick out of that sometimes.
The best thing that they did to make the home run derby more engaging was to have that clock.
Yeah. The 10-out thing, Ohtani wouldn't have gotten a home run.
No, at all.
Like that would been so disappointing. And I don't know how true it was or not because Bob Nightingale's probably top 2 worst reporters there are. But he said as soon as Ohtani failed, people started leaving the stands.
And speaking of home runs, Harrison Bader just robbed Wilson Contreras of a home run right at the wall. A great play. He jumped up right at the wall and robbed Wilson Contreras of the Cubs from a home run. That's going to be on SportsCenter, y'all.
That obviously, my TV's behind me right now. I got a different view because my tablet's charging, so
got you.
I don't even have the game on right now. So keep me posted.
I got you. So right now it's 1 out, man on first base. Cardinals and the Cubs playing at Busch Stadium. But yeah, so overall I think it was a great time, great weekend for Major League Baseball, and it was definitely great to be able to showcase Shohei Ohtani the way that he was, being leading off and pitching in the All-Star game. That's what baseball needed. And also to see the other stars like Vlad Guerrero hit a home run, seeing Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, with that being said, I have a feeling what you're going to say next. But for those who didn't like the Correas and Altuve not going to the All-Star game, Yachty, he missed out because, he said the injury. DeGrom at that time, because of an injury, trying to stay, trying to be away from the game to nurse the injury or to kind of prepare for the second half of the season. What do you say about what they decide to do or not do? And the people who are saying, oh, man, come on, this has been the perfect time to bring the game back, fully because first year back since COVID and y'all not a part of the All-Star festivities or whatever.
I mean, I was fine with it, obviously, because I want the Astros to go all the way. I think everyone can agree here in St. Louis, the Cardinals probably won't. So I got to go with my other team. 2 of them were their wives are pregnant. They want to be with them. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That was Correa saying that as well, but then he also ended up getting COVID, I think. So he had to miss it regardless. But, I mean, you didn't hear anyone talk about Mookie Betts skipping it just because he wanted to rest. And he played out the rest of the weekend and then started off the second half with the grand slam. And so, I mean, people just want to make a story out of it. And they've been getting booed all year so far on the road. And they still chant nasty words about Altuve and Yankee Stadium to this day. So, even when they're not there. So, whatever. Altuve hit 2 more last night. So, I'm fine with the rest of.
Yeah. So, now let's go right to the Cardinals. Came back from the break. Prior to yesterday, we had like a 3-game winning streak, won 2 out of 3 against San Fran, then 1 game 1 against the Cubs. Last night it was all good. Baby Oviedo doing his thing. He's about to get his first win of the season. It was like it's all good. Then the 8th inning came, and then the 9th inning came, and we was up 6-1 and end up losing 7-6. Heartbreaker. Oviedo, Bally Sports Midwest had the camera on him so many times. I wanted to cry for him, Joe. I felt so bad for the kid because he had 19 starts and has not had a win to start his career. And I hope that it doesn't mess with his psyche because it was like he's almost there, and like, does he feel like he's the bad luck charm or whatever it is? But I know you said on Twitter last night, you said a couple things. One, it's all about putting in the past. It's a game. You gotta erase it. But then you also had a tweet talking to your husband or tweeting to your husband saying this the kind of ish that's hard to deal with because of how the season has been with this Cardinals team.
Yeah, it was literally after Monday's game against the Cubs. We were sitting there. We were literally talking like, what are the top 3 biggest losses of the year, you think? And then what else did I can't remember what else I asked, but like the ones that stuck out to me was like the Washington game when Waino went deep and then Gallegos walked in a run and we lost by that 1 run, But now that's just completely, that was in April or May. This is definitely the loss of the year, but yeah, you gotta throw it out in the past. That's what they're going to do. We have to do it too as fans, but it's just I want to believe in this team because we've seen spurts. We took 4 out of 6 against the best team in baseball, the Giants. And I know they're a little hurt right now, but that doesn't mean anything. Their pitching's healthy, So we beat the best team in baseball 4 out of 6 times. I mean, you're feeling good, took 1 in Wrigley. The next game got rained out, so you went into the break feeling pretty good about yourself. And then it's so funny as us as human beings and fans, we're feeling all good, this and that, and then
right.
one clunker, you're like, gosh, damn it, But I'm trying to just forget about it, that's what you got to do. That's what they're doing, that's it. It's over with. It's in the past. We can't do a single thing about it. Just people are still so mad about it on social media, and you're making your life a little miserable. So
yeah, and for those who may not have noticed, yesterday, Schilt took out Oviedo in the 6th inning with 1 man on base. I think it was 1 out, maybe no outs. I can't recall right now. And he said his reasoning was pretty much he wants to protect him. Then he said that he had an issue with his finger. My thing is, if he would have gotten that guy out, if the guy didn't get the base hit, would he still have been in the game?
I think he would have taken him out anyways because he did the same thing with Woodford the night before, who, hats off to Woodford, he pitched a lot better than I thought he was going to.
Yeah, he did.
So that was nice to see. And then I think Ian Happ was coming up next, and they read off their numbers on the game. Ian Happ has a homer, 2 triples, and a double against Oviedo. So, I mean, if Happ hits a homer right there, you're still up by 3. But I think that's part of it.
I just feel that because that you're not trying to use your big 3, and that's Gallegos, Reyes, and Cabrera, that could have been an opportunity to see how much further you could try to get Oviedo to last in that game, so you wouldn't have to worry about possibly using those 3. I just feel like sometimes, and I know as a manager you have that thin line of the analytics, but then you have that personal side. Oh, well, he's up, so I really want him to get this win, so let me take him out now by protecting him, And I just feel like that was the opportunity. At least my opinion, who, like what Bunny says, who am I? But I just feel like that was the opportunity to not be so protective, like he's a kid, like he's 10 years old, and let's just take him a little bit further, maybe to the 7th inning, or if you got into a jam, like maybe 2 men on, okay, boom, then that would have been it. But like you said, that's yesterday.
My question was, so there's people that say, do you follow Kyle Reese on Twitter?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, I go to him for all of our prospect watching. But anyways, he keeps saying Oviedo should even be up here this year because last year he didn't pitch above A-ball, I think, and he got hit around in the majors, and it's bad for his psyche, and then he's doing that again this year. So, I mean, then you got people like that. What if you left him in there, gave up a couple runs, and then does that hurt his mental thinking more than taking him out, I mean, I don't think they did wrong right there, and Like you could have pushed it if you wanted to, but I mean, you had guys that weren't your big three that you could use going forward to the ninth inning, and I think he did the right thing with starting someone that you're not going to need. You know, like if Junior Fernandez didn't get sent down, it would have been Junior Fernandez, and he probably would have done the same thing. It was just a team loss there in the ninth. Errors, walks. It reminded me of Carlos Martinez inning where little things added up and you knew what was going to happen because after that, pitches weren't being made.
And I was going to say, DeYoung can't make that error. Yachty, how many times have we seen this year Yachty missing these balls that's going right past him? You know, and that to me shows that, of course, he's not 100% healthy, who he is, but he's still not as fresh as he can be. Stop trying to please Yachty so much by playing him all the damn time. Let Kisner get more reps in so we can have a better, fresher Yachty when it really matters in September and October. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying don't play him at all, but give that man more time because those little things, those small little things matter to a team like the Cardinals who's trying to find every inch of a way to try to get back to getting closer to the Brewers. That's all I'm saying. That the management, front office needs to focus on the small things right now because that can lead to what could have been a 4-game winning streak and you know, and further on. So we'll see.
I mean, like, it's obviously Yachty's not, you know, I've never in my life seen Yachty do the one knee down until this year.
Yeah.
And he's the only catcher that wasn't doing that for the longest time, and the ball's always in front of him. Yeah, something's probably with him, but I mean, you're probably thinking about it going into it that you want to at least split the series. And so if we win tonight, guarantee Kisner starts tomorrow. If we would have won last night, I think Molina starts today just because it's Waino.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's just how it is. But I mean, if we win tonight, I think you'll probably see Kisner. Who knows? But you know, Yachty lets that go by. DeYoung makes an error, and then you walk, and then you walk, and then you hit. You know, like
right.
It was just a bunch of things. Like, yeah, it started off because of that, but get ground ball, at least get the force out or an out at first, and they couldn't do that.
So a few comments from Allison Daugherty. She is I believe, the wife of our special guest coming up. She says former Cardinal Ted Simmons will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. That is correct. He also will be getting his jersey, the number 23, retired as well in Busch Stadium. So shouts out to him. And then Wesley saying, we talking baseball? Right now we are. And, well, we just did because that was our baseball and hockey segment with Joe. Joe, I know you got to go ahead and skedaddle very soon. So while Joe is about to leave soon, we're going to go ahead and add on because we have so many talented ladies on this show. Ladies night, shouts out to y'all ladies. Bunny, who's not here today, she's out of town, by the way, so she couldn't be on. And this lady here who I'm about to bring on now, she is our WWE enthusiast, expert. Man, not just WWE, just wrestling. You got to give her all the props, you know what I'm saying? All the love, you know what I'm saying? So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and add Miss Sharita Washington to the show. Sharita, how you doing?
Good. What's up?
Man, everything is well. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
I just got home from work. Happy to see Joe. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
I thought of you when I saw John Cena the other day, so I have to say something about that.
Oh, and
you know, I wish I really hadn't seen John Cena. I'm just.
Uh-oh.
I wish I hadn't.
You can't see him. And by the way, correction, Allison is our special guest cousin, so I want to make sure I get that correct. I don't want to have nothing going to my neck like I didn't know.
Huge difference.
Huge difference. Huge. I don't want to cause no problems in the family now. You know what I'm saying? It's all love on the platform of Sports Talk Show. But yeah, definitely all love. But yeah, so before we let you go, Joe, anything else that you want to say before we talk about some wrestling?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say because I was, saw Twitter blow up with John Cena, everyone going nuts, and then I was thinking, Suicide Squad 2 comes out soon, and John Cena plays Pacemaker. Sharita said you'd probably be seeing The Rock next year for the Black Adam movie. And there you go. There's John Cena popping up for some publicity. So.
I told you, I'm good at this. I'm good at this.
I was telling my husband, I was like, she freaking said that.
And I saw Fast and Furious 9, I think 2 weeks ago, and he was in that too, John Cena. It was a great movie to me. I enjoyed the action. So John Cena definitely doing things. And he just had like a new trailer come out today with Lil Rel Howery. It's like, I think it's called Vacation Family, something like that. Little funny comedy. So Cena doing the damn thing. But with that being said, Joe, have a great rest of your evening.
You guys too have a good night, and hopefully the Cardinals squeeze one out tonight.
Right.
Bye, Joe.
Bye.
All right. So once again, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. I am your boy Smooth. Once again, for those watching who didn't hear me earlier, Stan, he was going to be on the show with me, but unfortunately, he is now in the hospital. His knee buckled, and he's currently getting x-rays done. So need everyone in the chats to leave a prayer or a heart emoji, if y'all don't mind, showing some love that we praying for a speedy recovery, that everything is all right with him. And Bunny is currently out of town doing her out of town thing. So we will see her next week. And right now we have Miss Sharita Washington. Everyone.
Third string.
First string, huh?
Third string. I just counted it up.
Okay. Third. I got you. So yeah, everyone hit that like, hit the shares, let everybody know that the show is on and popping, and our special guest will be on at 8 o'clock. So get ready. So once again, Sharita, good to have you on. Late notice. Definitely appreciate it. Wrestling, the fans are back. How much does this mean to wrestling in a whole for AEW and for the WWE?
I mean, more money. That's definitely what it means off the bat. Those are seats. Those are tickets. That is cash flow coming in. So I know off the bat, Vince McMahon was happy enough that he said, 3 or 4 words on SmackDown? So he was happy enough that he left house.
Where have y'all been?
Yeah, 4 words. 4 words.
And that was it. Just I'm like, oh, that's it, Vince? Okay, cool. Just come in and leave on out. No problem. No problem.
He's losing it. That's probably all he had the capacity to say at this point.
True. Well, he about 95, right?
Look, I think Triple H told him, you got 4 words, choose wisely, and we pulling you off the stage.
Like, come on, old man. You gotta come on with it and leave, because we got a show to run. And what's crazy, I just came back from Houston. Shouts out to Giannis, had a wonderful time out there. And we actually stopped by the Toyota Center. This is hours before SmackDown happened. And this is where they had their very first live appearance in front of fans for the first time in over 180-some days. And then to find out later that evening, like maybe about an hour and a half after we left, that Triple H and Stephanie out there in the front greeting the fans. And I'm like, oh, we could have, I just missed it. I could have been on the news. What up, Triple H? Did the whole thing.
Because you can spit the water now. Like, they're too relaxed. It's fine.
I just missed it. But let's go and talk about it real quick, man. SmackDown. You gave me some mixed reactions in regards to your thoughts on SmackDown. Let's go ahead and get right to it. What were some of your highs and lows?
Don't I always have mixed reactions? I think I'm your most authentic response.
Yes.
I'm not going to give you 100%. I'm not going to give you an A+. Wrestling's going to get a smooth 82% from me, no matter what. So I'm here for the nostalgia of it, and I'm gonna stay tuned, just like my auntie kept watching General Hospital when Sonny died 5, 6, 7 times and kept coming back. So I guess Edge is my Sonny.
And the pop that Edge had was amazing, though.
I mean, it's Edge.
Yeah.
It's Edge.
Yeah.
The man just keeps coming back. He's not gonna die. Edge gonna live. He's gonna outlive everybody.
Everybody.
He's gonna be fighting for that championship until he's 106 years old.
Oh God. He's gonna have a wheelchair coming down. And still, you think you know me? Everybody
Beth Phoenix is gonna help him walk out to the ring.
Oh God, that's gonna be some kind of sight to see right there. So once again, the big pop for Edge. A lot of people are now saying, based off what he's done over this last year and his change in his persona, that Roman Reigns just can't do no wrong. That he is that guy in the business. Do you agree with that?
I mean, Roman is the only one that they're using to his full potential. So I mean, if you want to lay it out like that, yes. There's plenty of people who should be up there and they're not. And instead of pushing those individuals, we got John Cena back. Nobody asked. Nobody.
But of course, we all know that because they just opened up, live audience, that they wanted to bring in the bang and SummerSlam coming, in which you will be there with your daughter, Las Vegas.
I will.
So yes. You're gonna be seeing a lot of good action coming up. So of course you had to bring in the moneymaker.
Sasha. I better see Sasha.
Oh yeah, and you probably gonna see Becky Lynch too.
I saw her one time in Denver. We were at the same stoplight together. It was cool. I'm gonna call her my best friend because of that.
That's my dog. So more about SmackDown. Of course, the Usos. Well, that was during the Money in the Bank, in which they actually defeated the Mysterios. But it was, of course, the hype going into Money in the Bank, which we'll go ahead and go right into it. Money in the Bank, it was held in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, I believe. And a few developments happened. Of course, you had the 2 Money in the Bank matches for the ladies, and for the men, for the ladies, Nikki Ash, also Nikki Cross, won the match. And via text, you didn't seem too happy with that move.
So my text was and wasn't out of context. Nikki Cross, because I'm gonna treat her with respect. She's a hell of an athlete. Like she came back, she's in the best shape of her career, as short-lived as it is. Like she left and came back and she snapped. Why they let her come back as a knockoff Molly Holly is what I'm disappointed in. Like that's not the character progression I think she deserved. Alexa Bliss got a dope ass turn. She's heel. She's entertaining. She's somebody you want to watch sit on a swing set and talk to you. And like, honestly, not a lot of people can pull that off. Nikki Cross, I want to say, with her personality and her ability to like be fluid in many characteristics, if you're going to bring her back as a knockoff anybody, let her be a knockoff Mankind. Like she has the personality for that. Molly Holly, nobody wants to see you in spandex calling yourself almost a superhero. Almost. So you still don't have faith in yourself as a revamp.
Interesting. So were you shocked about the outcome between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley?
I figured once they let Nikki win that Money in the Bank match, I knew that if WWE is going to do anything, they're going to go 100%. So you're never going to be halfway disappointed. They're going to go all the way. So why not let her cash in and win in a match that really we deserve to see that rematch? Whether Rhea Ripley or Charlotte would have won that match, we deserve to see that entire thing play out. And here came Super Spandex with a case. So it is what it is. They better be setting it up for one hell of a comeback for Becky Lynch. Right. But I don't even want to see Becky Lynch arguing with Nikki Ash. Like if you gonna put her up somewhere, rebuild her character, give her some justice, and then let her be amazing. Don't give me a half-ass superhero.
Then for the men, Big E, formerly Big E Langston, won the contract for the men. That was an exciting match, exciting ending. What were your thoughts on him winning?
You know what? Before I jump into Big E, I gotta say shout out to Ricochet. He pulled Kofi Kingston-like moves on Money in the Bank. If he didn't have your respect before, he better have it now. Like Ricochet he's the guy that they're finally giving a little bit more shine to do his potential. He just needs better quality, like one-on-one singles matches. So before we jump into Big E, y'all better use Ricochet properly, because if he comes back as half a superhero, I'm out.
I'm out. Only thing I wish with Ricochet is that I wish he would have kept that look he had on the previous Raws and not change up like he did for Money in the Bank. You know how you had the black jeans on. He had like a different, look to him.
He was a black Dean Ambrose.
So he came out with a little, short, the little whatever outfit, shorts on, whatever. I'm like, should have kept the other outfit on. But like you said, he's doing
You
his
know
thing
what? If
though.
we gotta trade costume for character, I'll get a dope character over a dope costume any day. So
Yeah,
maybe one day they'll give us both.
and the
But
main
like you
thing
said,
is,
Big E,
I'm
yes,
sorry, I was gonna say this is the main thing, like you said, is he's getting that push, Ricochet. He's getting that push.
yeah.
Hopefully, they keep that train running with him. And now, yes, go ahead and talk about Big E.
It's about damn time. That's that's what he was thinking. That's what Kofi was thinking. That's what Xavier was thinking. Hell, Paul Heyman was probably thinking it. All the stuff he was talking to Big E about how he was never gonna win anything big as long as he held on to New Day. And to be honest, he never really let the New Day persona go, but he did embrace a lot more of his strengths, and he worked his way up and literally to that ladder, and he got the opportunity that he finally deserves. So I just hope they don't find a way to screw him out of that
Right.
Money in the Bank. Didn't the Miz like take it from somebody last year, not deserving it? So they better not pull that storyline this year.
Yeah.
Big E definitely deserves every opportunity possible right now.
Yeah, most definitely. And then once again, the Usos defeated the Mysterio. So the Bloodline, they all have titles. Roman Reigns, with help from Seth Rollins, defeated Edge. But I do see a great matchup at WrestleMania between Seth Rollins and Edge. That should be an incredible matchup, I think.
That's gonna be good caliber.
Yeah.
I will look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I like that. And then, of course, John Cena came out to a big pop. So it's going to be Cena versus Reigns. Should be interesting how I want to see now, because if you recall a few years ago when Cena and Reigns faced off against each other, it was pretty much the war of words, who got the best promo. And, of course, John Cena always comes with it. So I want to see the maturation of this now Reigns and how he gonna be on the mic.
And he's good on the mic now, though. Back in the day, they allowed him 2 words, right? Believe that for like 2 years. So I mean, he had to add a vocabulary for a second.
Yeah.
But to be fair, let's put it all in context. Back in the day, Roman Reigns was fighting like a real battle that we weren't aware of. So he's back. He's healthy. He's healed, and he's hungry. So I mean, that's a Roman Reigns that, John Cena may not have anything to lose in that, but Roman Reigns has everything to win. Because if John Cena defeats him, fans are going to be upset. I think the one thing that having fans back proved for the WWE universe is Roman wasn't the heel y'all played him out to be. Like, they were cheering for him. There wasn't a you suck, let's go, like the John Cena faction tends to happen on the crowds. There was a let's go Roman, let's go Edge. Like, he has a solid fan base who wants to see him win. So even if Roman gets defeated, it's going to catapult him to a bigger comeback, which then in essence, he get it back. And then we already know The Rock's going to come back for WrestleMania Hollywood because he don't go out of town. So, I mean, we're ready for however that happens.
Yeah. But I definitely look forward to seeing these future promos for the next few weeks between him and Cena. It should be awesome. Of course, Heyman's going to be Heyman. So it should be interesting to see how that happens coming up in the next few weeks.
I think the best thing about John Cena coming back is Pat McAfee's reaction.
Yes.
Like, I think
I'm glad you brought that up.
Pat McAfee for John Cena is JR when Stone Cold would come out, and Michael Cole for Sasha Banks. Like, he is the perfect person for John Cena to come back. I could give a damn if he does or doesn't have a single match, but I'm gonna hang on every single word Pat McAfee says during the John Cena match.
I'm glad you brought his name up, because even Michael Cole recently said to Pat McAfee, "Thank you for rejuvenating my career." Like, he's made Michael Cole's announcing that much better because of the energy that Pat McAfee brings. So shouts out to the WWE, for bringing in Pat McAfee and bringing in his energy. The same thing on Raw with the Jimmy, I forgot his last name, was it Smith or something like that? The announcer for Raw.
Yeah.
He brings a different energy. He's right on point with it. So both sides, both commentary teams are doing great. Now, let's get to Raw. Of course, Nikki got the belt now. She cashed in after Rhea Ripley and Charlotte match. So now she's the champ. Bobby Lashley and Kofi Kingston going back real quick to Money in the Bank, do you feel it was deserving the way Kofi lost that match like he did against Brock Lesnar to Bobby Lashley?
As much as we all love Kofi, we know he's not set up to win. So it was consistent. I'm not gonna say I'm a diehard Kofi fan, but I mean, if you're gonna go for the underdog, you're gonna go for Kofi every time.
Yeah.
But let's be fair to Bobby Lashley. This has been a long time coming for him too.
Right.
So if we're gonna have people beefing like that, let's be two equally caliber people who've been equally held back for a long time. So I don't have any beef with how Kofi lost, because at least he lost to an opponent that I think we all respect as far as the come up.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Brock Lesnar, who took a nap for 364 days, came
Right.
back, won the title, and took another nap.
I'm the champ again. Yeah, and I totally 100% agree with you, Bobby Lashley. He has, I thought back when he faced Cena over 10 years ago that he might have had that time, but of course it didn't happen and he left. But yes, he has been through it for years with the WWE, and for him to get his shine. And I love the storyline of how they scrapped the girls and the VIP lounge stuff, and now it's about business. I like how the promo was last week on Raw when he told MVP,
cut the BS.
I don't need all that BS. You know what I'm saying? I'm here because I am that dude and can no one beat me. And then here comes 85-year-old Goldberg.
You know how I feel about Goldberg. I feel like WWE did this just to spite me. They heard me talk about him one time when you first put me on the show, and they said, we're going to keep pissing people off. So Goldberg has nothing else to do. They had some spare pyro.
Right. It said spare pyro.
John Cena's rolled out of bed. Let's go. You know, how can we balance out John Cena coming back? Goldberg. So nobody, if there was a list of stuff we didn't want, they put all that shit in Money in the Bank. That's just what happened on Sunday.
They just here, take it. This is what you're gonna get.
We gonna make it balance out. Money in the Bank was dope. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm even proud of Johnny's drip, and I hate calling that man that. But I mean, everybody who had a good performance brought their energy up to a higher level, and everybody who didn't just continued to disappoint. So I mean, it was a good balance of performance and athleticism, and of course entertainment. And if Goldberg is who they thought they needed to bring off the shelf to, I don't know, raise that small percentage of people who were falling asleep, then let's go for it.
What was your surprise level when you saw Keith Lee come out?
Bask in his glory. Yes. Well, I don't know where he's been. I don't know why he's been gone for so long, but I think I even brought it up to you a couple of weeks ago. Like, where's my boy Keith, and bring him back now. So excited about that. But I mean, I'll be honest with you, Finn Balor was who I was excited to see. And I know this is more of a SmackDown response, but Finn was who definitely is a contender and somebody we got to be excited to look out for.
Yeah, most definitely. And he should be going right to, you know, the higher belts on SmackDown too. So don't play with Finn. He's that dude. He hasn't fully recovered since he was the first Universal Champion, you know, years back. He still hasn't gotten back to that level, and he needs to be, because he is that dude. But he also.
I would love to see Finn versus Edge. They got the same.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
They got the same drive and passion for how they lost their belt or had to pause their careers. So, I mean, if anybody wants to claim who's next, sorry, Seth. Like, you know, I love to see Seth and Edge too, but Finn and Edge would be pretty dope as far as like a battle of the eras.
Yeah, that's just definitely true. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing out any other stories, right? Any big stories. Once again, Lashley and Goldberg, that's going to be going down, of course, SummerSlam. But it is good overall just to see the fans. And they packed the place out. So it wasn't like it was, you know, a lot of empties. Of course, you know, they don't show everything. But from what we saw, it was a wonderful turnout. So it's just good for the wrestlers and good for the product to have fans back. So hopefully the writers don't get lazy. They keep everybody entertained and engaged. Yeah. Hire her right now. Watch the platform, Sports Talk Show. Get that Sharita. Let's make it happen. Any thoughts on AEW? Because word is, now the speculation, it sounds like either it could be Daniel Bryan, or word is today that CM Punk is in talks with AEW.
If we're gonna choose between those two rumors, please somebody play Cult of Personality. Daniel Bryan needs to sit down before he really breaks something he can't fix. Huge fan, and I'm saying this out of love, respect, and compassion. Sit down. Daniel Bryan just needs to kind of pull what's Natalia's husband? I can't think of his name right now because he just wears a suit now. But I mean, he needs to go into production for WWE. That's what Daniel Bryan needs to do to get his passion, stay involved, and not get hurt. They just need to put him in a suit.
Well,
give him a talk show. Take back Bailey's thing.
I was gonna say they tried that for a while when he was the SmackDown GM or whatever.
And he did well.
Yeah.
He did really. It wasn't like Teddy Riley calling obvious matches. Daniel Bryan has a knack for this business and an eye for talent. So I mean, let him be your scout. Let him be your producer. Do not let him put a pair of boots back on. He's going to get hurt, and I mean that across the board. AEW, Ring of Honor, y'all need to let that man stay home or put him in a suit.
We shall see, because like I said, the hype is definitely going buzz in regards to this special surprise they got for the people. So definitely got to stay tuned.
We'll see. Let me ask you something. 2 words. Evolution.
It's been a mess.
I've never been happier to say the words "dewdrop." I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, evolution.
Yeah.
We just did all this progression for the women's evolution, and y'all brought back cotton candy hair.
I mean, they should have known that after you already tried to do the Emma-lution and that didn't work, then you want to do an evolution. Stop doing lutions.
Stop paying her to be pretty. Let her be a commentator, let her be a ring announcer, let her do whatever the bump is with Kayla Braxton. Stop giving her expenses to not fight.
Right.
And her voice is so annoying.
It's just stale. It's old. It's like you can't keep doing what you was trying to do 3-4 years ago. Be different. Be authentic. Just do something different. With her.
Embrace that you're talentless.
Yeah.
Let's just call a spade a spade. Stop.
Right. Bottom line. Keep it 100.
That's what I'm here for.
Keep it 100. So, like I said, next month you're going to SummerSlam. How excited are you to take that trip to Vegas with your daughter and enjoy the atmosphere there?
Yo, I'm excited. When I was in elementary school, I had a best friend, and I remember the days I used to daydream about going to SummerSlam. That's when your road to WrestleMania, revamp really starts. So the fact that my daughter, 6 years old, looked up at me with them big old eyes and said, "I want to go to SummerSlam," I'm not gonna lie, she didn't have to ask me. I would have gone anyway. But it's dope that she wants to share that whole moment. And coincidentally, it's the weekend before school starts for her, so she gets to come back with one hell of a story on that following Tuesday.
Well, I definitely hope that she enjoys. I know that you'll be on for Ladies Night before SummerSlam, so talk about more about that and other things with the other ladies on the panel next month. But with that being said, Sharita, thank you for taking some time out last minute to join in on the Platform Sports Talk Show.
Of course, thank you.
All right, you have a great evening.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Well, it is that time. Once again, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. I am your boy Smooth, holding things down solo tonight. Unfortunately, Stan, prior to coming over to the getaway where I'm at right now, he suffered a knee injury. His knee buckled, so he's in a hospital getting x-rays done. For those watching right now, if y'all don't mind, show him some love, some heart emojis, prayer emoji, whatever you want to do. Show him some love right now. Bunny is out of town, enjoying life. I got back in town last Monday, went to Houston for 4 days. Shouts out to Jamie and her family. We had a wonderful time, all love. And this is the Platform Sports Talk Show, your Wednesday night sports delight. 4 years strong, consistently giving you another but great content. Thanks to everyone tuning in for the first time. We appreciate it. Get them likes, get them shares going. And everyone, it's time to get ready because my next guest here, this man right here. We had a brief little talk before the show started, but he is the owner, director of the non-for-profit WeR1 Basketball. I see we had a few people comment on WeR1 Basketball already, so shouts out to him. It's one of Missouri's top premier basketball programs. He's a 4-year varsity basketball standout at Hancock High School down the south side. No, I'm sorry, the south side. We got to say it south right now on the Platform Sports Talk Show. He's in the Hall of Fame for all-time steal leaders here in Missouri. He started coaching at 27 years old. He's doing big things. His team just recently won at the Peace Jam. So talk about that very soon and talk about a whole lot more. He's also married to his longtime girlfriend. And Allison, I'm sorry. I thought you was the wife. You ain't. You the cousin. So my bad. Once again, hope it's all love because I didn't know. Don't hurt me. I didn't know. But it is a pleasure to have this man on. Look forward to getting his story out there. Without any further ado, everyone, welcome into the Platform Sports Talk Show, Mr. Reggie Daugherty. What is going on, brother?
What's going on with you, man? Everything's good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, it is definitely a pleasure. Once again, thanks for taking some time out to be a part of the show. We had this discussion before that we've been trying to get you on for, almost a year now.
Almost a year, yeah, man. Back and forth, just trying to find the right time, just the right schedule to plug us in with COVID happening and all that good stuff. But now's the time.
That's what's up. And we have the wifey, Athena, says, "Hey, I'm the wifey." Here we go. Shout yourself out on this platform. Let us know. Let me know what's happening. But yes, shouts out to Athena. Shouts out to your family for all those tuned in right now. Keep them shares going. Bring them comments. Once again, if you're on Facebook and you want to comment and have your comment on the screen, you have to be under the Platform Sports Talk Show so we can see it. So with that being said, man, how have things been going on with you? Once again, congrats to you and your team for recently winning at the Peace Jam tournament. How big of a deal is winning this tournament?
Well, man, this is the biggest tournament of the year as far as having the most top competition under one roof for a 3-day ordeal. Our kids were kind of excited. They had the mindset of seeing LeBron James' son that was in attendance in that tournament, but at a different facility. But man, it was a great tournament. We took 2 teams down, our 5th grade team and our 6th grade team, and both teams definitely left everything they had on the floor. It was a great experience, and we came out of that tournament, man, with a big target on our back for sure. Being in St. Louis, winning the tournament. Not only that, man, the experience, the bond, the team chemistry we gained from that tournament, man, was just by far the best event I've been a part of in my coaching career.
Nice. And did you have the opportunity to be able to see other prominent college coaches and scouts while you was out there?
Well, I had opportunity. We in our 5th grade division, we were in a division with Rich Hamilton's team called Rip City Elite. They were in our division as well. A few of our boys got some picks with him, and he dropped some great jewels to them just about the sport of basketball, being a student first, just giving them some words of encouragement. In our hotel room, we had all kind of EYBL kids, man, the Elite Youth Basketball League out of Augusta. Nike kids, man, just, giving our kids some jewels as well about just doing the right thing, staying in school, and just staying the course. And everywhere we went, man, we just saw athletes in the building. And just the biggest thing our parents saw as well, just how well kids took their nutrition, and their bodies. Just seeing those kids, man, it's definitely a process that does not happen overnight. It's something that, you have to buy into and stay with longevity if you want to have a career in basketball at the highest level. So, yeah, it was a great experience.
So going back to Rep Hamilton, did he have his mask on too?
You know what? He did at first. He did. He actually did. Yeah, he did. And one of the dads from their team out of Philly came over and said, "Yeah, man, we're from Rich Hamilton's team, yada yada yada." I said, "Where is he at?" So he's on the bench. I said, "Him with the mask on?" He said, "Yeah, that's him right there." I mean, it was a dead giveaway. He had on a Jordan shirt, he had on Jordan shoes, Jordan shorts, and he was coaching his son's team. Man, I thought that was really neat to see him, coaching the youth, a regular guy in the coach's seat. The ref kind of gave him some warnings, about getting out of his coach's box a little bit. But yeah, I know. But man, he's human. He's human, man. In the heat of the moment, he's defending his guys and want things to go a certain way. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to see NBA guys coaching their kids down in a tournament like that, man. The magnitude was just unreal. It was just the competition. The referees are another story. That's another situation, man.
That's a whole nother show right there.
yeah, the referees, man. You got guys showing up. They went out the other night, came in. They're not really understanding. Well, they do, but it's just they need to do sometimes a better job at kind of getting top guys in. But you got to think about all the high school guys. They have all the head officials at those events. So at the lower level, we kind of get those guys that still learning to be those top officials. So yeah,
that's what's up. So before we continue on with what's going on currently, we got to take it all the way back. This is what we do on the platform Sports Talk Show, because we want to get your story out there. So something that we always ask our guests is, at what time did you fall in love with sports?
Yeah, man, I was a little kid. I'm a family of 5. I was a middle child, and my dad always had us in sports. My mom had us well prepared in sports. I played soccer and basketball my whole life. Played a little bit of baseball, not too much, but I was definitely that kid, man, that had aspirations, just one day coaching, leading, and just started very young, and I got into middle school and high school. I was a 4-year varsity standout at Hancock, man. We played against some of the top areas talent you can name, as far as Webster to Vashon to, Vianney, just name it. We played against them, in our grade coming up. But, yeah, man, just, staying the course of that. And, I got into college, my mindset was a little different. I wasn't fully prepared for everything that was facing in front of me. And, you always wish when you go back and look back on life, like, man, if I had it all over again, I'll make sure I'll take care of this, take care of that. And that's where I'm at now, finishing what I started with that, going into the fall with St. Louis Community College, finishing my associates. But, man, it was definitely a process being young, in love with the sport so much, man. I lived and died basketball. You can ask me any college team coach or player, I would name them front to back, what high school they went to, what college they went to. And, it was definitely something that I took personal with me, because basketball was my safe haven. It kept me off the streets, kept me with a certain group of friends that, understood, the life and sacrifices of basketball,
So outside of basketball, was there any other sport that piqued your interest that you played?
Oh, yeah. In high school, man, I had no idea I had an ability. Our high school coach, my freshman year, said, "Reggie, if you don't play basketball, no, if you don't run cross country, you cannot play basketball." I said, "What do you mean?" So he was kind of twisting my arm a little bit, because cross country season started in the early fall and ended right around Halloween when basketball season started. So I'm like, "Man, what do you need?" So he was trying to recruit guys a different way. And I started off with my fastest mile ever at like 5:25 or something like that. Then he say, "Hey, wait a minute, why don't you try cross country?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know." So I tried it. I won my first race out the gate. I think it was at the Lutheran North Invitational. My time was like 18, 16 or something like that. And then I just fell in love with running. I just fell in love with just running cross country. I qualified for state 3 out of 4 years as an individual at Hancock as well. And I just fell in love with running cross country, man. It's a therapeutic thing, of being out there by yourself and competing with other guys and just, having that willpower to finish the race without stopping.
And your wife agrees, because she answered cross country as well. So she must know a little something about your skills out there.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be quiet about that. Love you, babe. Love you.
I'm gonna be quiet. Keep it 100 here on the platform Sports Talk. So don't be holding nothing back, man. You know, we got them viewers now.
Right. Oh yeah, she in the building. She's definitely in the building.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
for sure.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man. Cross country is definitely my niche, man. I get my boys on it now. You know, we do a little long distance running here and there. You know, to see if they can hang with their endurance and their stamina. Because you know, with basketball, man, you gotta have it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have that stamina. You gotta have that endurance to keep pushing in late game situations. So yeah, it's something I'm definitely big on.
How big is it for athletes to play multiple sports?
It's huge because you don't want to put all your sacrifices in one and end up at the end of the road telling myself, you know, if I would have took a break at this to focus on this, maybe my love for it would have been a little different, you know, because, you know, now I tell all my parents in our program, I recommend kids playing a different sport just because it gets them in a different mindset. Like, man, I really miss basketball. I really miss soccer. I really miss football when they take that break, you know, because with basketball, it's an indoor sport and it's all year round, you know, so it can easily turn into, you know, just a 1 year sport for kids all year round. They don't have anything else to play. So I definitely implement just for the mental aspect of, you know, we've been doing the same thing over and over again, or he's kind of, you know, peaked a little bit. It's not really growing in a certain area to where we can just go play flag football for a season, 3 or 4 months, and then come back fresh, you know, because I've noticed, you know, in the fall, we'll take a break and then we'll come back. I've noticed kids are more hungry and desperate and more desperate when we first start back up in the fall.
Got you. Let's see, we got a few comments there. Oh, she says, love you too. Oh, y'all so cute. And then now Allison Daugherty, your cousin, now the comment had that it's actually your dad. So I'm not sure if your dad was using the account. I'm not sure what was happening, but it says one hell of a soccer player. So you got skills on the soccer field too, huh?
Yeah, it was back in my day, you know, in grade school. You know, they used to call me Pele, I guess, on the soccer field, you know, how I played soccer. But that's just one of those deals where I had a decision to make as I got to middle school, you know, what I really fell in love with and had to stick with because a decision had to be made what I had to focus on. You know, middle school, you have to focus on that core sport that you know you have a chance at. And you know, it could have been soccer, but it's one of those deals where I got, you know, in the mindset of basketball and fell in love with it.
Nice, yeah. I mean, I was very big on playing multiple sports myself. You know, I played baseball, did tennis in high school, did soccer as well. I played football when I was a youngster. So yeah, I definitely believe in trying to do as much as possible. As you were doing cross country as a young athlete, how do you think that helped you in regards to basketball?
It helped me, especially with my nutrition. You know, we had to eat light meals before a race, mainly pasta, some healthy carb, definitely potassium with the bananas. It helped me, you know, because with basketball in between games, you eat a bag of chips, or you can go chug down a sugary Gatorade, or you can go eat a hot dog before a game. But with cross country, if you ate like crap before a race, you literally couldn't finish. You either be throwing up, you couldn't finish, you would cramp up really bad. And I just think the preparation on the mental side of knowing I had to eat with a disciplined diet before a race prepared me with basketball with more eating healthier as well as I got, you know, older in life as well. Yeah, for sure.
Now, you said before that you're not the only child.
No, I'm not the only child. I'm the middle child of 5. You know, so
wow.
I got 3 sisters and an older brother.
So tell me how that was being an athlete, but also having all them siblings around you.
Man, I took my hat off to my parents, man, back then, and you know, late 80s and 90s for making it happen for us. With everything we had to deal with, you know, family events to sports, you know, and not, you know, Because you think about it, with 5 kids, all of them being within 2 to 1 years apart, things get forgotten about. But they made sure we stayed involved in sports and in activities, and made sure our head was on straight. And it was definitely some in-house stuff I can't really talk about. I could, but my parents probably wouldn't know about it. But it was definitely, man, some moments we had that went down at our family house, man, that it brought us together during the end. But it just growing up with your brothers and sisters, man, you lean on them, you love them to death, you would do anything for them. But sports definitely made us a better family. It still does to this day. We're a sports family. It's just something our dad and our mom put in us at a very young age that made sure athletics, was definitely in our household.
Nice. So who would you say is the premier athlete in the family? And don't be holding back now.
You trying to touch some nerves tonight. I see. Well, my sister, man, she's a year younger than me. She was the one that went further than any of us. She had the full ride scholarship to SEMO. She was the standout high school star. Nobody could guard her as a guard. She was everything you can think of in a basketball player. But you ask my older sister, you ask my older brother, you ask myself, we all had an attribute to that because we all made each other better, and it all started with my older sister. She was the footprint in all of us. What we saw her do, we wanted to do 10 times better. So our older sister, Vladimir Daugherty, I love you very much. She paved the way for us in the concrete mode of just understanding, how the game of basketball was to be played, and then I'm going for that. But my sister Sonia Daugherty, man, for sure.
And who would you say is that one that pushed you the most? He's like, I love you, but I can't stand you, but I appreciate what you did for me.
Man, my little sis, man, I can't lie. I can't lie, Smooth, man. We went to the same high school, and man, they'll get the paper in the morning like, man, Sonya had 40 points, 13 steals, 6 blocks. Yes, man, what you doing? But I always heard, the worst. Like, man, they'll let me have, like, man, Sonya, she's better than you, man, she this and that. But, I got that dog in her, that mindset of going to the next level with her. But it was definitely some challenges, some mental challenges with me, because having to know that my baby sis is shattering records left and right, and it's in the Missouri State Hall of Fame, one of the top 5 scorers of all time, and just having Player of the Year awards all coming her way, but just knowing that's my bloodline, and just knowing that we helped her get to that point, it's just all love at the end of the day, man.
That's what's up, man. So shouts out to your family. So it looks like your dad is on here. So shouts out to your father.
Listen, he on here now because I'm talking about Sonya.
Like, let me see what he's gonna say.
That's right. No, it's all good. What's up, Pop?
Shouts out to Michelle Case. He says, "Go on, Coach. I see you."
What's up, Michelle? What's up? That's one of our WeR1 parents right there. We have a very competitive first grade team, man, and a great group of parents as well. That team, they're going to be special in the next several years. They're going to be special.
Hey, start them young, man. Get them on the right track. Absolutely. Already. I love it.
Yeah.
Your son Justin says, "What's up, Pops?"
What's up, champ? What's up, man?
I saw them on the pre-show.
That's my dog right there.
Shouts out to your family, man. So, why Hancock High School?
Why Hancock? That's, if I had to flip a coin, Smooth, or ask my parents every day, why Hancock? The answer is simple, and I get it. The DSEC program. Where we lived down the south side, we were limited to on the schools you can pick to go to. So, I think it was either Melville, Afton, Hancock, and my dad did a hell of a job at choosing that school because, it gave me the opportunity to start varsity my freshman year. It gave my sister the opportunity to come in and dominate. And it just gave us an opportunity where, Hancock is competitive with what they're doing, but we can take them to the next level. So it was one of those deals where, the DSEC program definitely landed us there with the limited options we had. But other than that, man, it was definitely a great decision my mom and dad made.
Nice. So going into the school, I'm pretty sure you was already playing, basketball very heavy. Who are some NBA guys, NBA players, or just players in general that you looked up to that you were inspired by as you were getting into basketball?
Oh man, back coming up then the list goes on and on. Even college guys like you take Jimmy I was a big fan of his. Joe Sheldon coming up then. Kyle Kirk was a guy out of St. Charles. The list just goes on and on. But NBA guys, definitely Jordan. In my time coming up, Tracy McGrady, T-Mac.
T-Mac.
T-Mac, man, was definitely in my top five then. T-Mac for sure. Penny Hardaway, before all the injuries hit him, man. Just gritty guys that understood basketball and played the right way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's what's up, man. Do you feel that T-Mac doesn't get the love that he deserves? Kind of like how
I feel that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like people kind of forgot what he did for the game. To leave his cousin Shadow, Vince Carter, to leave that and go do his own thing in Orlando, right?
Right.
Went to Orlando first, to go there, man, and put on for that and take them to the playoffs and make playoff runs and everything he did for that franchise. I feel he really doesn't get the credit he deserves, man. I really do.
So
yeah, for sure.
So now you're going to Hancock. Were they already a well-respected basketball program, or did?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. They were. The '99 year. They definitely was, man. They had some guys there. Had some athletes. I mean, some athletes, man. And had some guys that bought into the system. And that was something to look up to. Especially guys that can play at the high level. Can hang. I think they won districts before I got there. I believe so. Then we got there. I got there. We won 3 out of 4 years. I was there, I believe. Yeah, 3 out of 4 years I was there with our districts, man. But yeah, Hancock was definitely up and coming before we got there, for sure.
Got you. So you knew about it your first time there, your freshman year you coming in. Were there any nerves, or did you already have this kind of inner confidence because you was playing with other guys before you went to high school? What was your mindset going to that varsity basketball team?
Oh man, so I started off about 5 to 6 games on JV just to kind of start me off in the season, and I was just averaging double digits in points a game and assists and steals. So they bumped me up right before Thanksgiving break, and we played Afton. And I remember when our guys in the locker room say, man, it's going to be one of the physical games you ever come across. We played against some football guys, man. I took some elbows to the face that game. And it was just, I didn't really get hazed that much, but they definitely looked at me like, what is this guy coming up on varsity his freshman year? He has really earned his way. I had to come in and earn everything I had, that came my way playing on varsity my freshman year. And I definitely came away on top and earning guys respect, knowing that, I can hang with them and I can compete at the highest level with them. And something I'll always remember, man. Yeah, great experience.
What would you say out of your 4 years of playing varsity basketball was the highlight of your time there at Hancock?
Great question, Smooth. Out of the 4 years, I would say my freshman year, for sure. We won districts that year, and I think it was a district semifinal game. I played against my older brother that game, South Tech, at Lutheran South, and I think I had 5 threes that game. And
Steph Curry.
Yeah, 5 threes that game, and a boatload of steals, man, and that was an imprint. I was so hungry my freshman year. Everything was so new to me, and I was just so hungry to learn more and learn the knowledge and just everything that came about with playing at the highest level with varsity basketball and to win that district championship to help them,
right?
To matter on the court, to show the coach why he brought me up, to help his team out, man, was definitely the highlight of high school career for sure.
So, what was the furthest that your team went to?
The furthest we went to was state quarterfinals. We played against the Charleston brothers, man. And let me tell you, it was back in 2003, I think. 2003 down in Charleston, man. Shouts out to Charleston. I mean, Ashton Former, Cameron Biles, those guys down there, man. They took it to us. We lost by like 9 points. But, that was the furthest we went to.
And that was when it was played at the Hearn Center.
Right? No, we played at the Farmington Civic Center.
Oh yeah, I played there one time too during my time at the V. So, yep, definitely recall them them battles out there in Farmington, boy.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Most definitely. So I know you said earlier that while you was in high school you played basketball and also you ran cross country.
Correct.
Was there any issues trying to do both at the same time, or everything pretty much worked out perfectly to do both?
It worked out perfectly. I know when you qualify for state in cross country, the high school season starts already. So that whole week they starting practice, my guy like, man, who does this guy think he is? He's supposed to be here with us in the gym training, but I'm outside running, preparing for state because I was literally every year I was the only guy my freshman year, sophomore year to qualify for state as an individual. So we had a whole girls team qualify as a team. I was the only guy out of the whole high school to qualify as an individual to go to state in cross country. But it was about a week and a half overlap. That it overlapped, but wasn't that too much. It took away too much time on the court.
Cool. That's what's up, man. So basketball, cross country. Was there any other sport that you played during that time in high school?
No, not that much, man. Our high school did not have a football program.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but I was definitely something I wanted to do. They had soccer, but I didn't want to get into that round, man, because it was, summertime or springtime. And once basketball, and I was playing either AAU basketball. I played for Gateway for 2 years as well. I played with Gateway Basketball Club, and then I did that, and then I didn't have time to play other sports once high school ball ended.
And what class did you come out in?
2004.
Oh, okay, 2004. That's what's up, man. So
2004.
Yeah, so now I definitely see why you were saying the Joe Sheltons and et cetera, because that was pretty much around the area that I was in as well.
Man, those guys, man, definitely was some guys. I went to those games at Umsel to watch them play. Him, Jimmy, Nick, and the Kirkwood twins. The Kirkwood twins, man. Those guys definitely gave me motivation to keep my game going coming up out of St. Louis.
Nice. Got a comment from Candace Jones, says a great coach.
Thanks, Candace. Appreciate it. Yeah, one of our moms again. WeR1 moms, man. Great parents we got in our program. Great parents.
Love it. So how does it feel to be known as Hancock's all-time steals leader?
It feels good. I pride myself on defense. That's what win games. That's our culture here at WeR1. No D, no play. We pride ourselves on that. But that's something we take to heart. I take to heart as well. And I pride my sons, but the whole culture. First thing I ask a kid that inquires about our program is, can you guard? Can you play D? Because in my mindset, anybody can put a ball in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get stops. That's my mindset. But man, being an all-time steal leader at Hancock definitely sits with me, knowing that any game I played in offensively, if I was struggling offensively, my defense was still producing, regardless.
That's what's up, and that's definitely important. A lot of people forget how important defense is. My old coach from grade school, Mr. Travis Watkins, he always said, offense wins games, defense wins championships. And that is so true, man.
Yeah. Amen, man. Yeah, definitely. Because, and that's what won us that Peach Jam. I mean, Smooth, man, we played our fifth grade boys had to go against, I think they were fifth grade. They may be a little older, but still in I know, still and all, man. You got kids dunking out in warm-ups, 6'3", 6'4", dunking in warm-ups like it was a layup, you know. So I told him in the huddle, man, if we don't play defense, we get blown out.
Yeah.
We got to box out. We got to rebound. We got to guard. As simple as that.
Make it hard for them.
Make it hard for them, man. Keep guys in front of you, you know, and just, you know, be as a tight unit, be all on one string on defense. And they bought into it, man. Though I can honestly say kids in our program were going through a wall, you know, for us, man. They would do anything to get the job done. And that just elevates their game.
Right.
Because their parents know they're getting pushed to their highest limit, if that makes sense. They're not lagging. They're not too comfortable, you know. So, yeah, that's definitely something we preach, man, is defense.
And then not only were you Hancock's all-time steals leader, but also, as I said before in the intro for you, the Missouri Hall of Fame for all-time steal leaders. Man, that has to be an incredible feeling to be mentioned in regards to Missouri as a whole.
Exactly, man. To be listed in that top 15 as a just as a member of that class lets me know, you know, I'm right there. I put the work in, I sacrifice, and I trusted my coaches. You know, I trusted my coaches. I trusted what my parents gave me, you know, and God's ability, man, to understand, you know, I can be special at something and utilize that to my best skill set. And being on that list, you know, one of the top 15 of all time, man, is definitely something I take delight.
Nice. And shouts out to Ms. Williams once again. She says Coach Watkins was right in regards to offense wins games, defense wins championships. And then she has to go ahead and head out and check out her friend's web concert. So thank you for tuning in, Ms. Williams, once again, one of our faithful followers. And we hope that for the people who are watching for the very first time, that you will now be a faithful follower of the Platform Sports Talk Show as you see what this show is all about. Go ahead and give us that like, that follow on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, even on Instagram. You see everything on the bottom of the screen. So ain't no excuses. Give us that follow, subscribe on YouTube, click on that bell, because anytime we go live, you will be notified. I am your boy Smoooth, along with special guest
Reggie Daugherty.
There it is. No rehearsal, y'all. He just went on and did it. I ain't got to tell him, say this, say that. He already ready. I like that, Coach. You must be used to being in the media light a little bit.
No, man. I just, you know, I come on when the lights time come on, man. When the lights come on, I know what time it is.
There
you
it
know,
is.
Just, yeah.
So
stay ready.
Because we're doing this virtually right now, and one thing that I love to do when we have our guests on, especially if they have a dope backdrop, is have our guests to just show us a little bit of the backdrop. So I see a lot of trophies back there, man. Why don't you go ahead and show us a little bit?
I got a little something back here, man. Not too much. I will say this one right here. This was our 2019. We took fourth in the nation at AAU Nationals down in Greensboro, North Carolina, man. That was a great event. We was a part of. We brought it home with a light roster. We did that, man. It was a big accomplishment that we did down there. And the most recent one is the Junior Peace Jam. We just got back from.
Nice.
We took this crystal ball home, man. It was something that we definitely earned, and we brought it home. And this one right here was definitely a big one. May Hoops, man. If you're not familiar with May Hoops Move, it's a big circuit that a lot of top athletes play on. We went down to Indiana in May. Our fifth grade did, man, and they just went through the competition. They went through it like it wasn't there. And we brought this home. It was a big event. So this was another big one that we brought home as well. And just looking forward to more, man. So just a few to add to our list. And the last one I'll show you is this Coach T Classic. This is a big event in St. Louis they have every year. Terrell Lewis puts on a great event for the St. Louis city. He brings in teams out of New York, California, you name it, all over the country. on in St. Louis, man, and we brought this home right in the middle of COVID last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, man. So that was another big term we played in as well. So yeah, we got some good hardware here, But what I do as well, Smooth, in most tournaments we play in, I hand out trophies. So this is just a few you're looking at. You can ask most of our kids in our program or whoever. Any championship we win, I always hand out a team trophy to one of our players, so they can take that with them as well. Understand the hard work they put in, and something they can look up to, as they get older in life as well, man. To have that achievement on their wall, on their dresser, just something to look forward to as a kid. Because I know when I came up, I didn't really have many. I had a lot of medals, but not trophies. So there's some more motivation for our youth, man, to give them something and to achieve them on their hard work.
And it's great that you said that, because it's very important for kids to be able to feel that, as one of the trophies says, hard work pays off. So you can see the results and feel the results. So that if I do what I got to do, I can be able to say, yes, I did this, I succeeded. Ain't no shortcuts. You're not being spoiled with just having a trophy because you just showed up. No, you actually worked your ass off and paid the dues. So I love that. You know what I'm saying? And kids need to feel that, need to know that, whether they're playing sports or just in general in life. Work hard in school. You see the A's, you know what I'm saying? You see the A's, then you get an honor roll. You get an honor roll, you get scholarships. You know what I'm saying? So many opportunities can come when kids can see, not just see others do it, but when they can see for themselves that, hey, if I put in this work, do the parts that I need, do the thing I need to do, I can see the results. So that's definitely very big for the youth, and I hope for those watching right now, they can see that when you put in the work, you get results like what you see on my man's background right now. So that's definitely dope. So you were all-time steals leader,
Yeah.
Making a big name for yourself. Did you get a lot of love in regards to the recruiting game?
Recruiting game, for the most part, my senior year, I was led by Coach Roland Gray. My senior year, he coached me my senior year. Man, he was a SLU standout at SLU. He had a lot of guys interested in me. For us, I would say JUCOs for the most part. Myself, him, and Preston Thompson talked about that as well. So I decided to go to Forest Park Community College. I went there. I did my stint there, man. I said I had a bumpy road my first year, and just for as my senior year got to high school when we changed high school coaches. So pretty much, my high school varsity coach all the way up into my senior year, he parted ways. We got in Roland Gray, and he had to learn everybody new and see what he can do for guys. And, he did his best for me, but I didn't have, the best recruiting opportunity out there to showcase my ability that I thought I should have. But, that's the past, man. And I'm blessed where I'm at now and what I have now. But looking back on it, my recruiting definitely was not in the best favor of myself.
And just to keep it brief in regards to your time in college, how would you pretty much say your time in college was, and what's something that you feel that you could have possibly done better at? Because once again, we know we have kids watching or people who are in your position. What's something that you feel you could have possibly done better at during your time in college?
Oh, preparation, man. Just understanding the preparation and having that guide, having a guide to help you through, your tribulations, and not just getting in trouble, just making sure your mindset's there, your mental's there, and, just having that whole notion of, I got your back. Because, my main thing was if I was more prepared, I would have had a better tenure in my teenage days in college, man. But definitely, man, I stress that to our guys now, about that. And then it's just giving them more of a mentor of me versus their coach. I try to mentor them as much as possible versus being their coach. understanding now like it's more than just basketball. This is just a privilege, to play, and just everything with that, Smooth, man. Because I can definitely look back on it and say, I made the decisions. I pulled myself out. I wasn't prepared, and looking back on that now, if I had to do it differently, man, it would have been a whole different mindset to prepare myself to make that transition. Because, having a new high school coach and, understanding where he's at, and he's trying to implement new things and a new system, and, me being recruited, and I'm trying to, get myself out there. It was definitely some hurdles I had to, overcome to hang in there. But I was given an opportunity. It was given to me.
Yeah.
It was what I did with it, and right now with the youth, man, I'm definitely encouraging them to stay the course at all times and keep pushing and call, make phone calls, reach out for help if you need help. If something's, on your mind, you're having a issue with, I'm one call away, and, just having that outlet to talk to, once things gets rough.
Definitely got you. So what led into coaching?
Man, coaching was when I saw my high school coach, my varsity coach, my first 3 years, when I saw him do his thing, and how he motivated us, got us prepared for all games, and I saw at the highest level, I saw the way Phil Jackson coached, and I get ridiculed now because we'll get down by, a team of going like on an 8-0 run, and I won't call a timeout, That was Phil Jackson's philosophy.
Right.
He wouldn't call a timeout. They would have to play through that.
Right.
And that's my mental now, is not giving a team more motivation and, encouragement to keep pounding on us. I want us to fight through adversity a little bit and figure it out, versus calling a timeout, giving the team more momentum to keep pounding on us. But yeah, man, coaching definitely came young in me at a young age. I definitely saw older guys get to it.
So you mentioned Phil Jackson. Was there any other coaches that you were influenced by that you kind of learned some methods through?
Yeah, Nolan Richardson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nolan Richardson for sure, man. The way he carried himself. Quinn Snyder at Mizzou, he did his thing there with Kareem Rush and those guys. The list goes on and on with college coaches, man. Bill Self, legendary Don Showalter as well, him coaching as well, man. So the list goes on and on with coaches. I can name those guys all day long. It's just I take certain things from them, and I'm a USA basketball licensed coach right now. On their website, you have to go in and take this test to be a certified licensed coach with the USA basketball. And I do that every year because it helps me prepare myself for the youth. It helps me to understand kids, that each kid is different. And I can't, talk to a kid a certain way because each kid has different feelings, and they're young, they're youth kids. So that definitely prepares me back then, seeing those guys coach at a different level.
Then I see that you were selected amongst other coaches, hundreds of coaches, to be in the Chris Paul Middle School Combine early in June in Atlanta. So tell us about that experience.
Yeah. So we won a big tournament I just told you they made hoops tournament in Indiana, and we just started getting a lot of good feedback from out-of-state programs. And he told me to submit my nomination for a coach. He said, what's worse that could happen? He saw the way me coach. He saw the way I coached at a tournament and referred me to go online and fill out the nomination to coach. I'm like, man, this is really interesting. So I did it, man. Just out of the grace of God, they selected me. They saw our whole program. They saw my portfolio. That was definitely a nervous process to go through, hoping. But to be selected out of 100 coaches, man, is definitely doing something right. And I'm doing right by these kids as well.
Did you have the opportunity at the time to meet Chris Paul, or was it too busy in the season for him?
Yeah, we went doing there was in the playoffs then. He wasn't there. Yeah, his brother was there.
Oh, okay, Cliff.
Yeah, met him in the employee room.
That's what's up, man.
Good dude. Good dude.
That's definitely dope. Then see here that you were also selected as one of the coaches for the Made Hoops Middle School Combine in Illinois. I think that's one of the trophies that you showed earlier. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, man. Another big, huge Nike circuit, man. And they saw my work as well. They referred me to fill out a nomination. They selected me as well to coach. I'll be helping coach some of the top nation's talent in a big combine setting. That's in next weekend in Romeo, Illinois.
Nice.
Romeoville. I'm sorry.
Romeoville. That's what's up, man. Yeah, definitely. Congrats on everything that you have been doing thus far. In regards to coaching, how important is it to be an example, be a leader, be like a father figure to your kids that you coach?
It's everything. Everything I live upon, man. I'll give my kids a shirt off my back if I had to, just to understand, just to be that extension cord from their dads, or if they don't have a father figure in the household, just to give kids a backbone to lean upon, just to care about them. That's something I take pride in and day out around this organization. I've been doing for the last almost going on 5 years now. Excuse me. But yeah, man, I take pride in each of our kids' development. I take pride in each of their mentals. I make sure that the discipline's there. I make sure the structure's there. I make sure they're not, they're thanking their parents from bringing them here. And it doesn't start with me, because my support and cash is everything. I've had a lot of help starting this program. I had a lot of guys around me to help start the program. So, with their help as well, leading me down the right path, and my wife helping me out as well, man, it wouldn't be possible for those around me to get me this position, so I can keep helping you and giving back.
Nice. So let's talk about one of the reasons why you're here, of course, is you are the owner and director of WeR1 Basketball. For those who are not familiar, what is WeR1 Basketball, and how did you come up with it?
We are one. I guess we are one, man. We are united as one. Me and my wife sat down about almost 5 years ago, and in the process of getting our own program started, she was looking up some things. I said, I want to name it We Are One. And she said, babe, that's a great idea. And we just ran with that. And the parents loved it. It brought everyone together. And it's just not a name we just go by. I mean, we really stand by it. And we do a lot of good things in our program, man, that you'll be found of. The day in, the day outs, the time we put in with the kids, and just giving back to our youth. At the end of the day, we do a lot of in-house check-ins we do with our kids, man, making sure they're doing the right thing in school, bringing all walks of life together, whether you Hispanic, Black, Latino, doesn't matter what race you are. We welcome all races, to our program, and just doing things the right way.
Mm-hmm. And then I see it's now one of the top programs here in Missouri as well.
Oh yeah, that ain't an understatement, man. Starting it off, you have a decision to make. Do I want to be as competitive as possible, or do we want to start off, developmental and grow into development? I mean, and just grow into being competitive. And I was right in the middle of that, right in the middle of teetering both. And we just stayed in the gym, and we stayed working on our craft day in and day out. I had to learn still. I had to teach, coaching. A lot of coaches just yell at kids, man. But at the bottom line, we have to teach, and just teaching kids the right way how to play the game. The results right now is speaking for itself, man. I mean, Smoooth, we can play with any team in the country, and that's with any of our team in our program. To stand by, and the parents understand it as well. They actually trust the process, because it's a process to it. I know it sounds so cliche when people say that, but development doesn't happen overnight. You have to work at it every single day, and we stand by it.
So going back to coaching, have you had a position of being a head coach yet in the high school ranks, or just focusing on middle school right now?
Um, I've been asked. I'm not gonna get into the names, man. I want to name drop tonight, but I've been asked, man, to help out with several high school programs. And my mindset right now, I love the youth. I love the youth so much to see these kids grow into young men and develop. I can't wait when they go to high school. I could attend, their high school games, be a fan of them, and see what they've been working so hard for pay off. Because the biggest thing in our program, I tell our kids, when you leave our program, the name in the back of your jersey should say, I can play for anybody. And we stand by that. I stand by that. And that's what we're going to live up to. I take a lot of pride in this youth, man, because it starts with guys like us that send them off, to the older guys or the high school guys to get them prepared for the next level. So it starts with us right now, molding them as young men to send them off the right way. So yeah, man, I'm definitely up for the challenge, and couldn't say any better, man.
And was the main thing that drove you to start WeR1 Basketball was that, there's other programs? Was it something that you just didn't see, that it just wasn't enough other programs, or from what you've seen, just wasn't ran right to your liking? What was that main driven goal to start WeR1 Basketball?
Yeah, so I used to work for an organization called West County Basketball Academy. And, my vision was different from their vision. And I'm taking nothing away from them at all. But when my vision was different, it was more developmental. And I wanted to be more competitive. And I'm bringing kids into the program, recruiting kids and bringing them in, and it's just hard when you want to help out people and do right by them. And it's a business side to it as well, because organizations have to keep the lights on when they pay for facilities when they're renting out, and it's just a business side to it when you're trying to run an organization. However, the underprivileged ones is the ones that, I was really on the most, just helping out and just helping the youth out. And I had to go in a different direction because it was something that I couldn't grasp, because I wanted to help out a lot of kids. And I brought kids to the program and they couldn't afford it, and things just didn't work out. And I'm losing kids, and my name is getting, well, Reggie, can you, help me out? We want to play, be competitive, but, we can't afford this. What can we do? So, I got decisions to make because parents are leaving, and, and just, you don't want to have a mindset of parents thinking that, you're in it for one reason as well. So I had to, make a decision and go a different direction with West County Basketball Academy. We still have a great relationship to this day, myself and the director there. But it was something that needed to be done because I saw a different, direction than what they already had inputted already with their program.
And I see that you're doing a lot for the Kirkwood community, and one of those things is the Pioneer United Hoops. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so right now I'm working with Jimmy McKinney. Me and him, man, great relationship with him. As he took the position at the Kirkwood varsity head coaching position out here, he called me up, say, Reggie, man, I need you. I need you to jumpstart this program, to keep kids in the Kirkwood district, to bring kids to the Kirkwood district, and just get that competitive culture back, and just have kids love basketball. Because as Smoooth out here, man, it's a football town. It's live and die football, and nothing's wrong with that. But it's just something that we wanted to change the narrative that basketball could be the same thing as well. And so right now we have over, I think, 15 teams right now, the ages of 3rd through 8th grade in our program out here in Kirkwood, and it's huge. It's huge. And the parents, they understand. We took some lumps in the road opening up in the middle of a pandemic last year in November, man. We had tryouts, and we overexcelled ourselves with that. But it's a great thing helping out here as well, because I'm a resident. I've been out here for the last 6 years with my family, and so I know all the parents pretty well on the circuit out here. But I love giving back to the community, man. At the end of the day, it's something I take pride in doing.
And sticking with Jimmy McKinney, how much of a change has he provided in the Kirkwood area since he's been the head coach now?
Oh, man, talking about a culture shock, man. I remember when they had tryouts, and, I walked in there, man, you had kids walking out. It was throwing up. It was something to get adjusted to.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy's a gym rat, man. He lives and dies in the gym. That's what makes you great. And right now, it's great for the community to have him out here. He's a great guy for the community. He's always out helping out the kids. We did a give back a month or two ago in Meacham Park. They handed out hot dogs and beverages to parents, just letting them know, we're here for you. Come on out, and be a part of something special. So, man, Jimmy, like I told you in the beginning of our show, of your show, that I looked up to him since I was in high school. He was a guy that I watched at Mizzou, and at Vashon. So to be side by side with him working, man, nothing but an honor. And I just take up all the knowledge that he's given me as well to help me grow as a young coach and director as well.
Yeah, so it seems like Kirkwood is booming, because not only do you have Jamie McKinney for the basketball side, but now another Mizzou product.
Yeah,
Jeremy Macklin is the head coach at Kirkwood. So, I mean, there has to be a huge buzz going on right now in the Kirkwood district.
It is, man. The competition at an all-time high. I mean, we're seeing transfers out the WAP right now coming in, from football aspect and basketball. We got parents moving into the district, and it's going to be, I would say 2 years now, Smooth. It's going to be a lot of change in the culture of just the athletic program itself. Now, football was already solid. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But we know in certain areas or certain things, I'm not too political about it, but the politics, they exist. You know what I'm saying? And as coaches and us, we're trying to clean that up and give everybody a fair shake and utilize kids to their skill set. That's the biggest thing. We're not going to have athletes just sitting out and not being utilized the right way. We're not going to have things ran that way. We're going to make sure things are just, ran and just done the right standard, man.
Most definitely. Our previous Kirkwood guest includes, shouts out to Jessica Williams. She was a former cheerleading coach, and her family goes to my church as well. So shouts out to Washington Metropolitan A&B Zion Church. But also we had Alvin Miller, in which the football field is named after him. We also had the legendary track coach, Miss Roberta McWoods. So
Kirkwood, I know both of them very well.
Yeah, Kirkwood has definitely made their presence known on the platform Sports Talk show. So, you right there with them, man. And, shouts out to what y'all doing there, man, making a difference. And with that being said, impacting the youth, how much does that mean to you?
Everything, man, impacting the youth, man. It's to the point where now I see kids, I just walk up to them, just start talking to them. Just about life skills itself, just giving kids just a better outlet, giving them another voice, and just knowing that, man, we're all one as a culture, impacting the youth, man, is big for me because, I feel I can still give more. It's what I'm doing right now. And you will see more. This is just a tip of the iceberg right now for us, man, getting off to a national program. But I want to touch all aspects of life because right now we impact so many families. We draw families in from Springfield, Illinois, from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, from Wright City, Missouri. I mean, you name it, a territory. We get parents coming in from all over the Missouri map, and right now Illinois as well. So it's just not St. Louis. It's bigger than St. Louis. However, we're based in St. Louis.
Nice. So a question I like to ask a lot of our coaches that we've had on the show. High school shot clocks, should that be mandatory in Missouri basketball?
I never played with the shot clock. Unfortunately, I would say this: they will have to get adjusted to it at some point in time. But you gotta understand, okay, if they're gonna implement that, they should start doing it maybe at the 8th grade level, to where once guys go to high school,
they already
they're
adjusted to it
with the shot clock, because that's an adjustment. You used to playing, you up by 5 or 6 points with 2 minutes to go. We need to get a good shot versus we got 30 seconds or 35 seconds. That can change a lot going into, a kid's freshman year on how they do things. But I definitely do think the shot clock needs to be implemented, ASAP, because it takes away the whole fundamental sound of the game down the stretch, to where you get, programs, man, that live and die on just, holding the ball or stalling the ball with their style of play, and that can work in their favor, So it definitely needs to be implemented very soon.
What are your thoughts on the state of basketball in Missouri? Because it seems to me that we are definitely in a better we have been in the past, the Larry Hughes, David Lees, now you have Bill, you have Tatum. Looks like Missouri as a whole, is really, really coming for them other states like New York and whomever else they call the basketball meccas, Chicago and whatever. Looks like Missouri, especially the St. Louis area, is really like, basketball world, here we are.
Oh, that's a true statement, man. That's definitely it. Like, we're turning to that capital of basketball. Like you said before, Smoooth, used to be Chicago or Philly or New York. Missouri's definitely that battleground state, man, when it comes to basketball. Just like you said with Bill, Tatum, David Lee, all the other guys, that came through here as well, that's in the NBA currently. That's something that, as we get into years on, we'll see a lot of more products get produced in St. Louis NBA talent. Because right now you look at Bradley Leap, man, they have some kids on their team, and they're 17U and 16U that are future pros.
Right.
And they're based out of St. Louis. And the list goes on, man. You got guys down the street with another EYBL program, Mocan. They got some St. Louis guys on there that could be future pros as well. So, we're turning to be the mecca of basketball, man. And just like with Peace Jam, we go down there and we beat teams, that's out of Florida and Chicago, and we beat out of Atlanta, and so those heavier populated cities that produce basketball, to go down there and compete and to stand out lets us know in St. Louis competition we're doing something right.
Yeah, most definitely. And going back to Peachtree and Bradley
Peace Jam.
Peace Jam.
Peachtree, that's in Atlanta. You talking about cruising the strip?
Right.
You trying to go turn
up? The Bradley Bill Leap, just the whole circuit, and not only that, but now that the NCAA recently has approved for the national image and name, image, and likeness, how much do you feel that's a game changer for these kids that's going to be seniors looking forward to going to a certain college?
Oh man, that's huge, man. They're marketing themselves now. Getting jersey deals. They're getting percentage off of that. Off the sales of that. That's huge for our culture. And just now, I was telling a few of our coaches, I'm looking at that guy that's that Dennis Rodman of the team that doesn't get much notoriety. That's the glue, the junkyard dog. How does he get his first shake versus that guy that's like a top tier talent? That's going to be a hard sell. Like Jalen Suggs, for example. Him being a stud. You take a guy, a 3-star recruit or a 2-star. How does he get his fair shake? Versus a Jalen Suggs, so that's going to be definitely some hurdles that they got to figure out, kicking off with that. But it's in the right direction, and I'm happy for him, man, because for years, guys been giving their blood, sweat, and tears for universities, and they're making a fortune off of last names and jerseys and just a brand of kids coming in. And now, man, social media platform gives kids like, the overtime league and the NBA D league. So they're trying to tell guys, well, I can pay you $300,000 a year. But you ain't got to go to college. You already be set coming here, so that's going to be an interesting bridge as we get into going into next year. But I think it's in the right direction. The NCAA is finally understanding that, these athletes need to be compensated at some shape or form. We just hope that it stays, lucrative for everybody.
And then I'm looking here, this past week, it was announced during the SEC conference meetings they have that quarterback Bryce Young, he hasn't even played a down yet for Alabama, already has at least close to $1 million in endorsement deals already. He hadn't even played a snap yet.
Not one snap, but he made $1 million. Wow. That's, already. And he's a stud, don't get me wrong. But, that's going to be interesting to see as we get into, especially football, man. I just don't those guys that's, really sacrificing their body and not getting that kind of pay.
Right.
We got to ask ourselves, this the truth show. I know it probably happened before, but will guys start throwing games? Will the game not mean as much?
And that was my concern too. I'm glad you brought that up, because that was my main concern, is not even like throwing games, but okay, you in Bryce Young's shoes, or let's say the hottest basketball player coming from high school to college, they get $1 million deal. Will your hunger be the same after you get paid?
Exactly. Because, I got this $1 million. I'm sitting on this.
Exactly.
It's mine. In 2 years, it's mine. It's guaranteed. I'm going to go buy me a Lexus truck. I'm going to go fly my family to Turks and Caicos. I'm going to go here. So my motivation and hunger and desire won't be the same as if I'm about to make that.
Yeah.
So
that's my only concern.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my only concern. That, man. And then two, this is something that I brought up years ago on the platform Sports Talk Show. I feel that there needs to be a rule that you have options. Of course, you can either choose to skip college and go right to the league, which I believe they're gonna have that in effect very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Or option two is, if you decide to go to college, you have to be there at least 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can agree with that.
Because you give that school the opportunity to build something and not just have these guys coming in 1 year and then you gone. You know what I'm saying? Build something. Look at these teams who recently have won championships. The Virginias and who just won this past year? Oregon. Baylor. You know what I'm saying? Teams like those who you have guys who have been on a team for a long time, and maybe they may have added a new piece here and there, but majority of them guys on them team, look at Gonzaga and how great they've been over these last few years. You know what I'm saying? Being there more than just 1 year, it builds you up in school. It of course helps the team, the college itself, but it also gets you ready for what's going to happen if you make it to the league as well. But I just feel like that needs to be the rule, is, okay, you can skip it and go right to the league, but if you stay, you have to give us at least 2 years to build something solid there.
Right. I agree, man. That's something they got to have a guideline or a policy, on guys making that kind of money, stipulations on, how long you have to be there or something like that. Because you're going to have guys like, NBA or college basketball, for example, most of the top tier guys are one and done, So what does that say? They come in, they make $2 to $3 million for their year, and they leave, and that just ruins the whole brand of their program, So I definitely agree coming down the stretch with that. as they go into that, they should have something implemented to have that, some kind of guideline with policy.
And Wesley says mirror MLB and how they do it. So Wes, if you can break that down a little bit more with the comments, I have a feeling of what you're gonna say, but I just want you to get.
That's our coach Wes Slay right there, man.
Okay.
He Wes, one of the founding guys of WeR1 too, man. His son plays in our 6th grade team.
Nice.
He helps out and coach. Does a hell of a job preparing the kids, helping out. He another guy, man, that he impacts the youth wherever he goes, man. So yeah, much love to Wes, man.
Nice. Shouts out
Coach
to you,
Wes.
Coach Wes. So going back to just you as a coach, as a director, how would you like to be remembered?
Man, great question. I was just, knowing that I was that guy that got their kid to the next level. I was that coach and mentor that pushed their kid to the brink, and just that backbone. As they get older in life, WeR1 Basketball helped saved me athletically, mentally, and physically, and I'm prepared for anything. So as long as they take our principles here, man, I'm happy, with how I'll be remembered, after my time is up here, man, with WeR1 and time to move on. But it ain't stopping here for no time soon, because we're getting stronger and stronger, man. And Smoooth, every get time, man, come to some of our games and see these athletes play, man, because we have some special talent, that'll definitely be remembered as they get older in life, man.
Hey, send me the invite, man. We can make it happen. We can set up shop, the platform Sports Talk Show. We can interview people. Hey, we got you. Just let me know. We'll make it happen.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
We definitely make that happen. So before we go any further, it's been an incredible interview with you, man. And for those watching, I hope y'all have been enjoying this show. If y'all have any more questions, comments, whatever it is, any kind of sports topic you want to discuss, now's the time. Coach, we of course had earlier baseball and hockey and some wrestling. Was there anything that we discussed previously that you wanted to talk about?
No, with baseball, the Cardinals right now, they're 500 right now, right?
Yeah, they're a game under 500 now, I believe.
Oh, they lost. They lost today.
So now they playing right now. Let me check let me check the stands real quick. I can go ahead and pull it up real quick.
Okay, but yeah, with the Cardinals, man, now is their time right now to pounce.
Right.
To make their run. I've always been a big fan of them. And with the MLB right now, it's kind of wide open in that NL Central race.
Yeah, because Cardinals right now, they are 8 games behind first place. They are 2.5 games behind the second place Reds, and the Cardinals right now are 47 and 48, so they are a game under 500. As we discussed earlier with Joe, last night was a heartbreaker, had a 6-1 lead going to the 9th inning and then lose the game 7-6. It just haven't been the best season for us. Just can't get over that hump. Injuries have hurt us. Not having certain guys, of course, because of injury, whatever. So,
right.
It's the small things that matter, and
it does.
We just can't get that little thing to get us keep the momentum going, should I say?
Right.
Right now, it's the top of the 7th, and the Cubs are up 1-0. Don Rice says, "Good job, Coach."
Right on, Don. His son, man, Devin Rice, and that family right there, man. I've come across them. They came into our program the last 2 years now, I think. Great family, man. Great family. I'll do anything for that family. I don't just mean that. They are some great people, and they got a great son.
Mm-hmm.
This kid, he comes off the bench, and we have a really talented 6th grade team going into 7th grade. And this kid, man, he's disciplined. He's resilient. He runs a show. He's our point guard. And I was very impressed with him this weekend, how he handled himself in in-game situations. And just, man, he was totally in control of what he was doing. He took the challenge, breaking the man-to-man press, of running the offense, of attacking, and just, yeah, man, I was very thrilled. And it starts with the great parents, man, because, kids have certain car rides they listen to. You need to do this, you need to do this. But in the coaches, all these voices they're hearing, and to have parents on board with what we're doing and trusting, what we're doing. I was very happy with him and the team's success this past weekend.
So with that being said, because I asked you about your time as a 4-year varsity player at Hancock High School, what would you say has been that moment where you feel like you made it, that you arrived as a coach?
We was in where was we at? I forgot the tournament we played in. But man, that's a great question. But I can, the moment that I arrived as a great coach, I would probably say I was with West County Basketball Academy. I recruited a whole team, and we played in this tournament. Now, hence the West County name, the culture. We played in a competitive, urban tournament, and we came out. We won that tournament, and I took a group of kids that believed in themselves. The parents believed in them, and we just stayed in the gym working, man. And to come out on top of that tournament really gave me the mindset of like, we can really do this thing on a competitive level. We can really take this somewhere and just keep growing with it. And these are all kids I handpicked. These are all kids I just saw that, that loved basketball, wanted to play, be a part of something special, and just giving kids an opportunity just to utilize their skill set and get out the house, have something to do, and have somebody that care for them. Smooth, man. I really believe that was the moment in my life that I thought that basketball was going to be my niche, and I'm going to lean on this for a while.
Nice. And Coach Don Rice says, appreciate you. He said, right on, Coach. Appreciate you, bro.
Likewise.
Man, it's always so good to see people, showing love to each other, man. That's what it's all about. That's what things need to be about nowadays, man. This pandemic has shown some true colors in people. And
ooh, let me tell you.
Yeah, and with that being said, when you first knew about the pandemic and how it was getting worse, how much did that affect your program, you coaching your teams, going to now?
Great question. Good night, Michelle. Good night. That's our parent on our incoming second grade team. We're going to show me games this weekend in Columbia.
Shouts out to you, Michelle. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe to us. Show us some love.
But yeah, man, we in the pandemic, Smooth, man, I tell you, COVID hit our program pretty hard in July last year. And we had to shut things down. Myself, I called it. A few other players called it. Some parents called it, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle, man. But we was doing really well. We was up to over 11 teams then, But with COVID, with so many restrictions and limited access to facilities to have, that was really where Larry Hughes, those programs that have their own keys to the building, really blossom, because when things was shut down, we had nowhere to practice besides outside, and we did when the weather was, decent. But we lost a lot, of kids and just interest in sports in general once that pandemic took that hard wave it hit back in last year in the summertime.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was, man. Still is right now. The case is going up,
Right.
Just hope right now it can stay the way it's going, because right now I just received word we got to go mass back in Kirkwood. We got to go back to the mass with sports, at Kirkwood, So I don't take any chances with COVID. I'm vaccinated myself, but
Same.
man, it's just something that I take very seriously,
And not trying to get too far off it, but you just wish that others would go ahead and take it serious as well, and don't just think, oh, it can't happen to me. I'm just invincible. No, be smart with it. Take as much precaution, and don't think about just yourself.
Exactly.
I think that's been the main thing. That's why I say people have been showing their true colors since this pandemic has happened. Is that about that, y'all?